So I'm here with Caitlynn French, who was in Bodacious Space Pirates and quite a few other animes. How you doing today, Caitlynn?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing all right.
I'm enjoying Fargo. It's so much colder up here than it is in Austin.
Yeah, I'm from South Dakota, so.
You're used to this weather, huh?
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness. I'm like, oh, I get to bust out sleeves. What's this?
Yeah.
Jackets every day.
Oh yeah. So you actually got to, one of the animes I actually noticed on your resume and stuff is Bodacious Space Pirates as Chiaki.
Yes, Chiaki Kurahara.
Yeah, I actually watched that, and
Awesome.
And as kind of a nerd yourself,
Yes.
How were you able to relate to that character?
Chiaki is one who's actually a little different from myself.
Okay.
Largely because emotionally she's very reserved and she holds herself back and she doesn't like emoting. And she gets very angry when someone pushes her to the point that she has to express it.
Right.
I think on some days we can understand Chiaki because just how frustrated she gets with the world, especially in the movie. Like, the movie, she's pretty much taking the beatings on all levels because everybody's trying to stop her from meeting Marika so she can tell her what's going on. And you can just see her anger go and go and go. But yeah, that's kind of how I would relate to her. Her frustration is very, I think, relatable because she gets frustrated with the world around her so easily.
Right, and I noticed she does not like the nickname they give her.
No, Cheeky-chan. I mean, that's more of a Japanese thing, but definitely I think it's hilarious that she's very strict of, you just call me Cheeky. Don't add anything to it. But I think that's also her, she doesn't like getting close to people, so when you add that extra casualness to it,
right,
you're admitting you're friends with her, and she's like, no, I'm not. So when she finally lets you call her Chiaki-chan, it's because she's accepting you as a friend also.
Right. Yeah, and basically she's kind of the new gal at first, I noticed.
Huh?
She's kind of a new gal at first when she enters into the classroom and
yeah,
stuff.
She
How's
definitely
that kind of, is that kind of like your career so far? You're kind of new a little bit. Some of the stuff I haven't actually watched, but
I mean, I've been doing this for about 5 years now.
Okay.
Chiaki was actually one of my first roles. Not the first, but she was my first bigger part. Not my first lead, but first big supporting.
Right.
And I definitely you can tell I'm new at that point in time because I'm still very nervous, but I feel like I've grown a lot since then. Chiaki's a lot more confident than I am sometimes, though. She knows where she is, where she belongs, and what her place is, and she's going to go there whether you like it or not. I'm not quite as direct as she is in life. I wish I was, though. I wish I had that confidence she had all the time.
Right. And something I did notice on the profile of the Anime Fargo page is Heroes of Texas. What exactly is that?
Oh, Heroes of Texas is a cosplay group that goes out and does things like the superhero 5K down in Austin.
Okay.
We dress up like superheroes and we play moral support and pretty much participate in charity events, dress up, make the kids feel comfortable, and dress up. Like, a lot of them do, like, delivering comic books to the hospitals and stuff. It's just a little cosplay group that likes to do things for charities and bring a little smile to people's faces. I've dressed up as Wonder Girl and Black Canary and one other. Oh, my goodness. Wonder Girl, Black Canary, and I'm forgetting my other costume, and that's really embarrassing. Oh, Mockingbird. I've been Mockingbird also.
Okay. As a fellow geek and everything, we all like superheroes.
Yes.
What would have to be your all-time favorite of all time?
I mean, so this is really hard. I love the Batman series, and obviously I'm decked out. You guys can't see it, but I'm decked out in my Harley Quinn getup. I've been a long-time Harley Quinn fan. So DC side, Harley's my girl. When it comes to Marvel, I'm a huge X-Men girl. I love the X-Men. And absolutely Rogan, Gambit, Colossus, and Nightcrawler were that was my team, especially in the game, because you could pick your teams and you unlocked everybody. That was my floor that I would always play in those old X-Men games.
Right. See, I'm more on the Captain America side.
That's awesome, though.
So, But yeah, so do you actually also game also sometimes?
Yes, I play tabletop role-playing games. I also play MMOs very actively. I am currently on Orwin's server for Black Desert Online. I'm a role player, and I'm in a guild on there. We run tabletop games out of our home. Right now we're using Roll20.net to run a superheroes game between my friends and I, because we all live in different states and stuff.
Right.
Our gaming group, as we become adults, we move apart, so we've been using Roll20.net to run a game called The League.
Okay.
We own, my husband and I, because it's a shared collection, own over 140 tabletop RPG books alone.
Okay.
That's not counting PDFs.
So, say like for video game or role-playing game or whatever, what character would you love to voice? Say it be a superhero or what?
I mean, Harley, obviously. I'm in love with Harley. But I'd also love to be any character in Mortal Kombat. I've been a die-hard Mortal Kombat fan since I was a very little girl.
Okay.
I wanted to be Sonya Blade when I grew up, but I never got past that 5'6" barrier. I've never had the deep voice. So if there's ever a character that has my little voice, I would love to be someone in Mortal Kombat.
Okay.
No question.
I'm kind of a Mortal Kombat geek myself.
Yeah, awesome.
It's kind of how I got created my Sith name is Darth Cyrax.
Oh, awesome!
I'm a Star Wars fanboy, and I was like,
I've played some tabletop in Star Wars.
Okay, you ever played the Star Wars role-playing game?
Yes,
then?
Saga Edition. I played a Chiss Jedi. I have played a Noble Zeltron, and I have played, my most recent character was a Dathomir Witch, Miraluka.
Okay, so you've seen the Rebels TV series.
I have seen Rebels. I don't own cable, so I have to catch it on and off, so I'm not all caught up with it. Streaming services, yay! And legal ones only, by the way.
So, what do you think of the character Thrawn coming back?
I'm excited about it. I think everybody's been waiting to see if Disney would acknowledge Thrawn. Due to the novels, he's always been very popular. I think this is a very good direction for Disney to stay and be like, yes, part of the extended universe that you love that was there is still there. And they're giving it back to us, which I'm really excited for, because everybody was nervous when Disney took hold and they're like, yeah, all that stuff. I was a big Star Wars Legacy fan. So when they're like, all those comics, non-canon anymore, you're just like, but I grew up with that. What do I do? What?
Right.
No, Delilah Blue, all of it. Why?
Right.
It was a little heartbreaking for some of us.
Well, they are starting to reincorporate it all back. So.
Yeah, and it's good. They're trying to timeline it, and there's a lot to go through. There's good stuff, there's bad stuff. They just have to filter through it at this point in time. So I'm excited that they're bringing Thrawn back and definitely giving the fanboys and fangirls more substance from the old extended universe, and hopefully cleaning it up a little bit, because, I mean, how many times did Chewbacca die in the books? Like 5 different ways?
Probably, but you actually seen Force Awakens, of course, I'm sure.
Oh, absolutely, I've seen Force Awakens.
So, basically, what do you think's, who's Snoke?
I don't know who Snoke is yet. I've actually been very careful not to form any theories with that coming out.
Not like a lot of people are?
A lot of people are. I distract myself because I'm waiting for the new stories to come at this point.
Right.
I've seen one that shows him and Mace Windu close together, and I'm like, oh, well, that's interesting.
Well.
But, I don't know. I'm not sure who it is at this point, and I'm excited to figure out who it is. And I don't know, with this next one, I think one of the big mistakes is going in with really high expectations into any movie.
Right.
Now, I'd rather go in with no expectations and be surprised when it's good, and then enjoy the ride that I get taken on. I think with so much nostalgia being cashed in on nowadays, that's what I have to do to feel validated or feel complete with this new wave of movie goers that are happening.
Right. So, and basically, how did you get your start into the anime and voice acting?
I mean, I've always liked acting. I've been an anime fan since I watched Sailor Moon when I was like 4. I was Sailor Jupiter for Halloween one year. My mom had a costume made for me, and my sister was Sailor Moon. I was Sailor Jupiter. I essentially been an anime fan all my life, and when my Hogwarts letter didn't show up, no magical cat showed and gave me a pen.
And no Jedis came and
No,
picked
no
you
one
up.
took me up. I had to rely on theater to still let me play make-believe and not have everyone stare at me like a weirdo.
Yeah,
It was kind of my outlet to be someone else because, I don't know, when I was a kid, creating characters has always been something I've been good at, and that's something I continue to do. And it was something I just knew that was I was supposed to do. Whatever I was doing, I was supposed to create characters.
Right.
And acting was a way to do that. I was creating most of the time other people's characters, but I was still creating and embodying a different
Sounds kind of
character.
like me almost. Is I actually can do the voice of Yoda.
That's awesome.
I mean, I've been toe to toe with Tom Kane, so.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes, powerful in the Force you are, but not a Jedi yet.
That's awesome. Yeah, but for me it was just creating characters, and when I was traveling around in Kansas, we didn't really have conventions, and I met up with a group called Airship Isabella through some friends, and I ended up as part of their performance group.
Okay.
And I met up with Christopher Ayers, who is a wonderful director. Most people will know him as Frieza in DBZ Kai, and many other amazing characters. He's an amazing director. I met him, and when I moved down to Texas, about 6 months into me living down there, he gave me a call and said, I would like you to come read for a part. And they never kicked me out since. So I assume I did something right.
Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah, that is a good thing. So that's how I got started, and Chris shared my name with Kyle, and Kyle brought me in, had me audition, and then next thing I know, I'm doing this.
Okay, well that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, how many conventions have you got to attend then since you've?
So I've attended quite a few. This year I think I'm on 13 total.
Oh, nice.
I've been traveling a lot. I actually am terrified of planes, or was previously. I think I'm finally hitting that point where I'm conquering that fear of flying. So, that's exciting for me. But yeah, I've been traveling a lot. This is like the farthest north outside Detroit I've been. I've never been to North Dakota before, so I'm getting to go to all these different places that I haven't been. Next weekend I'm going to be in West Virginia, so I'm really excited because I have family who lives up there, and I'm going to see Steve Bloom, and we're like the only guest. I'm like trying not trying to lose my mind, because last time I met him I just cried in front of him, so I'm trying not to be awkward.
Yeah, I actually sent him a poster of mine for Star Wars Rebels.
Oh, awesome!
And he signed, so yeah, that's how I'm that big fan of Star Wars. So
awesome.
But yeah, otherwise, yeah, pretty much, you should come down to South Dakota someday.
Hopefully. I gotta find my time to get up there.
Oh, I understand that. So. Alrighty, well, thanks for coming to visit with me today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And I'll stop this.